Good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening, or good night. This is Jen at Jen's Arty Inclinations, a place to create, share and play. Here you can see that I'm tearing a sheet down. Now the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to use this as a flip on one side of the page. Something, a bit fun. It's nice to go through and have little interactive pieces in your book. I thought it would be great if the back of it was something, or somewhere that could be a writing space. I hope I can write because I can't speak. But anyway, so I wanted to really grunge it up, ink it up, give it a bit of texture and a little bit of depth before I actually pasted it on. So I, inked around the edges as I normally do. And then what I ended up doing was crinkling it, because then you can actually pick up those folds as you're inking. And I didn't want it too heavy. I just wanted it fairly light. And I think I ended up going a bit heavier than what I intended. But anyway, glue stick so that I could get over the whole back of it. And I decided that it would be a good idea just to have a bit of a wood glue just to make it extra secure and safe, since it could get handled quite a bit being flipped in and out. And of course, my trusty phone folder. I don't know what I'd do without this, but gee, it does a good job of adhering things down to surfaces, like surface to surface, and squishing them together. All right, now this is just my hinge. It was just a nice little piece of paper that I found. It was something that I'd trimmed off an edge somewhere. So then I just kind of, guessed it, half and half, chucked it on, as you can see. Nothing terribly rocket science about that. But doing the glue just meant that it added a little bit of security. And then I thought, well, why not add some washi tape? Just to, no reason really. I just wanted to use some of my washi tape. Although it was good to put some underneath so that I could just really obviously secure the inside of that fold. So I guess there was a reason for that. But yeah, other than that, not much. So there we have my flip. Voila, with a writing space underneath. Here I decided, having a flip just isn't enough. And so this, you'll notice the title of the video is, Flip and Tip. So this is the tip. I decided that I would tip in this sheet. That's the term that they use to talk about when you're adding a page into a book. And I just felt like that is, it's a piece of tracing paper that I've stamped with some of the stamps that I've made, and I just wanted that as a see-through piece. Okay, just in case you missed that, that was just showing you that what I'm using now is black gesso. And I love black gesso, and I don't use it enough, but it's really cool. You can add like white gel pen on top. You can scratch things through the surface on it. And, pastels look really good on top of it. There are lots of things that you can do. Here, I'm just using it as a bit of a standout to help bring the page together somehow. I think it works. You decide when you see it in a minute. And yeah, guess what? I'm drying it again. But this dries so quickly, I honestly probably could have waited, because it took me so long to find the next bit that I wanted anyway. So yeah, it was all fine. Now, when I'm tipping in the sheet, I want to make sure that I get a really nice, smooth or straight line. So that's the only reason I'm using that piece of paper with the glue stick, because it just means that I get a really straight line from where the edge of the glue is to the page. All right, so I'm pretty much done now. Now I'm just deciding, what else do I need? I don't know. So I decided on a little, what do you call those things? A tab, so that people knew that you could lift that up. That's all I'm doing there. and then I cut a bit of ribbon. Now here I stuck a dragonfly down and I put him in, and then I realised, oh, hang on, I want to ink him. So I took him off and I inked him, and then I stuck him down again. I don't know why I needed to commentate that, because I reckon you could have worked that out by just looking at it. But it still worked out. I didn't wreck him. He still sat there quite happily. So I really thought that little look was quite cute. All I did to finish off was just did a little bit of stamping. That's the word grace that I cut out. It's the only word I've cut out so far. I would like to do a few more. I thought I'd add a bit of pen marking to that page just to add a little bit more texture, a bit more of a feel. Here are some of my corners that I decided to put in as well. And I did start on a grey or a brown ink, but I ended up going to the black for both the corners and also for the word. But then I just did my little flower in grey, I think it was, or brown, might have been brown. I don't use black a lot, but it really worked with this page. I really needed a bit of extra contrast. So here you can see I'm just going over the word grace. Kind of guessed it. Lucky, sort of worked. I think I almost got it spot on. But if it didn't work, that would have been fine, because it just would have looked like it had a bit of a shadow because the first one I stamped was so light. So here again, using the black to go around the edges. I think by this stage I am almost losing the end of my dauber because I ink so much, but, you know, it all worked out. Lots of things kind of fluke it in this house, you know, they kind of work out not by design or plan. They just fluke it. Anyway, doing this edge here, you know, almost done. Trying to put stuff away, and now I'm just going back through and having a look and seeing how it turned out. I think this one's a bit interesting this time. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. You can like and subscribe below, and as always, keep creating. See you next time. Bye.